Well, here I am in Mr. Bill's garage, and we're going to do a checkup on see how he's doing on his project. So stay tuned. Meerkat. Well, Mr. Bill has completed his teardown. He's got some of his parts back from the machine shop. His head's been done. His valves recut. The ports have been cleaned up. So he's about ready to start putting it back together. We're going to have to get it on the stand first. We'll be watching this on the Just Dad channel too. Okay, Mr. Bill, what we're going to do here today?
Well, I've got the bike back from the machine shop, and I want to put it back up on its raised up stands that like we had it on before, so we can get underneath it and clean the crank and the inside of the block from the splatter from the honing job.
Anything else?
Yes, I wanted to also clean up the journals for the con rods.
Okay, how are we going to do that?
Just probably going to use some 800 wet and dry, and just, give it a little knock around type of thing. Just spin it around on it, that type of thing.
How close are you to start putting it back together?
Once this process of the cleaning that I just mentioned is done, then we can start putting it together.
Okay, can you tell me where the carpet tacks are supposed to go now?
No, actually you want to wait until we get the bottom back on, and then we'll drop them in before we put the pistons in.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. He's giving me approval. Bye-bye. We sped this video up about 900, 1,000%, but it's a pretty delicate operation balancing this bike out. As you can see, we used the lumber in the front. Wanted to try to get the bike about level and put the jack stands on here to prop it up and make it stable on the back. And it seemed to work pretty good. It was had a little scary moment there when we first took the hydraulic stand out and it kind of wanted to roll. But it worked out just fine. So are you shooting air down there, or are you shooting chemicals?
Yeah, brake clean is what he told me to use, non-chlorinated.
This process went on a lot longer than I'm showing you here, but Bill did a thorough job using that brake cleaner to clean out all the crud and stuff in there. Next up, well, you had to stay tuned.
Okay, so I had the machine shop do my piston rings. Since there was so much overlap on these, I didn't want to cut them myself. So they set them up for me and put them on the pistons and marked each piston. Here's number 2. I guess I have to clean that off at some point, but probably not till after I put it in.
Okay.
So the rings are on here. My concern...
Rings again?
Right here?
Okay.
Okay. My concern is that the paperwork here calls for the clearance to be a lot smaller than the Triumph clearance calls for. So, and it was done outside in the sun, so I was wondering if I should take these rings off, the first and the second, and just put them in there and measure them and see how they are now that we're not in the hot sun. What do you think?
I think that's probably what you're going to do.
Yeah, right.
Doing this with Mr. Bill is kind of like riding on Columbus' ship coming across in 1492. I'm not real sure he had a general sense of purpose and direction he was going, but man, there's some things here I'm kind of wondering right now. So when the bike starts and runs all together, and it runs well, we got to give Mr. Bill a big Columbus medal or something, because
We got there.
he got there. Whether it was an accident or not, he got there.
We got there.
Mr. Bill has his bearings now.
Yes.
So So what's going on now?
So I think I'm going to, since I'm all hot and sweaty and dirty, I think I'm going to see if I can put the pistons in, or at least get them prepared. I have to put the pistons on here and put the new, I love this, gudgeon pins, right?
Okay.
That's what the British call them, gudgeon pins. So these go in, and there's some special clips come in the kit. So yeah, maybe I'll just do that. I'll just put these together, and then maybe tomorrow morning we can put the pistons in the block. They're hollow.
All right. I'll hollow you too.
Yeah.
So long for today.
So long for today.
Join me and my friends at Flat Cap Cafe Racer for riding and racing. Please subscribe.